Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Bobby D, and I'm back again with another hot, juicy video. And tonight I have a special guest, Lance Fuller, to join me.
Pleasure to meet you, Bobby.
Yeah,
thanks for having me on your channel.
Appreciate it. Thanks for being here, Lance. And if I don't know, Lance has his own channel at myfollicularjourney, where we've documented his hair loss and his hair transplant journey. And I think it was you didn't have one hair transplant, not two, not three, but four. Four, yeah. And I mean, it looks great.
Thank you.
So I kind of wanted to dive deeper, about your hair loss story and, what made you get four hair transplants.
Yeah, I never thought I would do four of them, but here I am, 4 surgeries later, and I couldn't be happier with the result that I have. My Follicular Journey, which is the name of my YouTube channel, my blog, and my social media, that started in 2012, so my dad looks just like Dr. Phil. The writing was kind of on the wall. I knew what was going to happen to me if I didn't take action. Mm-hmm. And we actually know the same guy, Steve Michaels. Steve used to work for a different doctor in Florida when he lived there. And the conversations I had with Steve put me on the right path, knowing that if I trusted him, if I trusted the process, that I could erase all of the woes and insecurities I had about hair loss.
He did the same for me too. So, how old were you when you started, losing your hair and decided to get up?
When I was 26, I remember my mom and dad came and visited me in Washington, D.C., where I was living at the time, and they brought a photo album with them. And this photo album had a picture of me from like a martial arts tournament when I was 15, and I had a hairline much closer to what I have now. However, when I looked in the mirror, I had the Count Dracula look going. I had a very deep recession going, and it was just not good. And to be honest, men have usually one of 4 major insecurities, and definitely hair loss is one of them.
Yes, I agree.
For some guys, it could be height. For other guys, it could be their career or money. And for other guys, it could be eggplant size. But, for the other ones, I was totally fine with, I was okay with. But hair loss was something that just really bothered me, and I wanted to do something about it.
Yeah, but it looks great now. Thank you. And then, like you said, you met Steve in 2012, and
that's right. My follicular journey started in 2012, and that's when I first met Steve. And the first time I ever talked to him, it was really about mentorship and education. Mm-hmm. I don't like to use the word consultant because that kind of makes me think of my time in DC, where they say, hey, a consultant is someone who steals your watch and tells you the time. But with Steve, he was always more of an educator. And now that I am a teacher myself, Steve is doing all of the right things, and I would not be where I am without him.
Yeah, I agree. I'm the same way. I wonder what that quiet guy's up to these days, Steve Michaels.
Yeah, where is
he? Steve Michaels. Whoa.
Steve Michaels. Look at here. Look at here. Oh my God. How do I have these 2 studs in my presence? Well, thank you for having me on the channel again.
Always, Steve Michaels.
Wow, this is crazy. Look at this. Lance Fuller and that hairline. Bobby D and that. Uh-oh. Do we have 2 competing hairlines going on here?
Beat over here.
What's going on? Hey, guys, how are we doing?
Doing great, Steve. Better now.
Oh, my God. Well, you know what? This is. I mean, I'm sorry that I'm getting so excited. But you have to understand, this is what I wake up for every day. I started a long time ago with Lance in his 20s. Right, buddy? And I started not that long ago, but half the time in your 20s.
Yeah.
Now they're in their 30s. And you know what? Someday they're going to be in their 40s.
And it's my 40s pretty soon this year.
This is all about the plan. This is all about following the proper plan. I mean, I love getting on YouTube and I love sharing this with you. And obviously I have the models to prove it, and they're damn good looking models. But you know what? Both of these guys, and just like Lance just said and Bobby confirmed, I didn't tell them they had to do certain things. I didn't make them do certain things. I didn't try to sell them anything. As a matter of fact, I think I probably talked both of you out of it in the beginning, right?
Because that was the biggest surprise. Where one of the first conversations I had with Steve, he said, here's why you should not have a hair transplant. And I was like, wait, what, not have a hair transplant? What are you talking about?
Well, it's really about setting everybody up to understand that when you take the leap into having hair restoration, the components and the building blocks need to be set in line. So I'm obviously I've got a little OCD at this point, and probably had it even more when I was dealing with Lance, and then maybe a more or less with Bobby. Yeah. But if you do things right, if you follow the right path, look at these two guys. I mean, they have incredible hairlines. I was watching that introduction, and Lance pulls back his hair, and I go, man, I thought I was jealous of Bobby D. Now I'm jealous of Lance, right?
Yeah.
You guys are making me blush here. Goodness.
I am so happy. I'm thrilled to death. I get super excited. This is all about positivity. I mean, Bobby's been had me on this channel for a long, long time now. And any of you out there that are watching, I know I'm a little long-winded sometimes, but please, everything comes from the heart. Everything comes from passion. And now I can bundle that up with friendship. I mean, these guys are amazing. They're in the beginnings of their lives, and they're going to be super successful. And I'll take a little bit of credit, and along with Dr. McGrath doing that hairline, Dr. McGrath doing that hairline, Dr. McGrath doing this hairline.
That one too.
Well, it's taken a long time, but I finally can sit here and say, I can't compete with these guys, but at least I can stand behind them. Don't stand up, because you're way taller than me. Thank you for having me on your channel, Bobby.
Yes, sir, always. Steve, thanks for joining.
Thank you for coming, Lance. You're the man.
And thanks for joining me as too, Lance. And as already don't know, Steve has his own channel, Defeating Hair Loss. Check that out. And then My Follicular Journey is where Lance is at. That's on all social media platforms. Yep. So check Lance out, and then be sure to like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.